Hallelujah.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hallelujah. Praise be Aries. Oh my God.
Yes, yes.
I just said I was going to mellow out. Remember that, Heather? Remember when I said that a second ago? Oh, folks. Happy last Aries podcast episode.
Yeah, yeah.
It's our 30th episode, Heather.
I know it's our 30th episode. Can you believe it? It's a big deal.
That's a huge deal, dude.
It's a really big deal. It's a
That's really
really big deal.
exciting.
I
Our
know.
30th episode. Folks,
Yeah.
this is Heather Cunningham, the astrology wizard, master, queen of our hearts, body
Oh,
and soul.
hello.
Just fabulous. And yeah, we're on our 30th episode. I'm Miranda Lensky.
Miranda
I've
Lensky.
been asking so many questions since if I dare say episode 1, Heather. Incredible. We started this in episode 1 was in Virgo season. So
Yeah.
it's like a nice like wrap up that our 30th episode is in a fire sign, and then we're gonna
Yeah.
launch into this Taurus Earth.
Taurus, another Earth. Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot, correct me if I'm wrong, Heather. There's a lot going on in the sky. A lot of
There's
movement.
there is, yeah, there is and there isn't because this
Oh.
week there aren't.
Yeah, no, I meant that too.
No. No, you're right. You're right. No, I mean like this month and this year and this period of time, like in a broad way, is very significant and big. However, this week there aren't a ton of transits except that there's this big Aries new moon with the Aries solar eclipse happening a week from today. We're recording this on April 12th, and
Yes.
April 19th is the Aries solar eclipse. And I'm really, really excited about it because I feel like this week with the planets, you know what? I was just thinking, I think that having Mercury in Taurus has grounded me a little bit, brought me a little bit of stability of the mind, a bit of clarity, combined with Venus and Gemini, combined with the Aries intuition. I feel like all of these personal planets being in their particular signs this past week really helped me in a way that I very much needed. And now with the Aries solar eclipse, we're supposed to get this intuitive sense, or maybe this even fated encounter of something new that we are going to start. Depending on where 29 degrees of Aries is in your natal chart. For me, it's in the ninth house.
What's
Right?
and remind the folks and mainly me, Heather. Ninth house.
Ninth house is Sagittarius's house. So it's very
Okay.
much your worldview, your philosophy on life, expanding your mind, figuring out how your philosophy of life affects how you live your life. And I feel like I have had some clarity on that this past
I'll
week.
say you did. Yeah.
But I'm very
That's huge.
excited. Yeah, for the solar eclipse because yeah, I also, right after the solar eclipse in Aries, Aries is all about like connecting with your identity, feeling what feels very, what makes you unique, but in a fiery way. It's not, like Leo and Aquarius deal with that uniqueness thing too, but Aries is more like, this is my power, this is my identity, it's just that raw intuition.
Owning who you are.
Yes.
Yeah. That raw like authenticity of like, not, it's like in the fire way, that fire does need to sort of like be itself. I think in order to thrive, like fire is I want to say it's like it's a sign that is like, this is me. That's so fire, right? A fire.
Yes.
And the way that Aries though is like, it's not so much like, this is me, take it or leave it, you better, like, I'm gonna speak my mind. It's more of that Aries is like, this is me because I do not have a choice. There is no option. Or like,
no, literally,
you know what I mean? Like it really is like, I'm authentic or I'm dead. There's no in between with Aries. That's like, which is what I love. That's why they're so fucking loyal, and that's why they're like the staple, the first, the leader of the entire shebang, right?
Yes,
like,
yes, it's a big one.
It makes sense. They uphold a lot of like, let's go, and also let's be us the entire time.
Exactly. And I love Aries season because it does. It connects me with that like intuitive, just like, this is me.
Right.
And the
like
Aries solar eclipse
launch.
Yes, love the metaphors. The the Aries solar eclipse, I think, is going to connect us with that even further. You might, depending on if you have like planets near 29 degrees of Aries, you'll feel it more significantly. But you might even have an encounter or an experience that propels you to do something new, to initiate something. And then we move into Taurus the very next day. And it's like, all right, we're ready to ground this. Like, how are we going to put our money where our mouth is and bring this into the material world? So I am very excited because I have clarity and I'm like, give it to me, universe. I'm ready to do shit.
Taurus, correct me if I'm wrong, Heather. Taurus is very much that, like, there's like that Joker from The Dark Knight. There's that Joker quote that's like, if you're good at something, you never do it for free. Like, that's sort of like, I feel like Taurus is like as a passionate sign of like ground yourself and what it comes off that tail end of Aries, which is such a passionate, authentic, this is me, this is real, this is what drives me, moves me. Then we go into Taurus, which is all about grounding, yes, and it's an earth sign, but the way it specifically comes off of Aries and is the first real earth sign, so to speak, in the entire chart, it really feels like Taurus is all about grounding specifically your passions. It really feels like Taurus is still, well, like, I know that we talked about this where earth signs can sort of get a rep for not being the most spiritual, but like we've talked about this too, whereas Pisces counterpart is Virgo, and Virgo actually is a very spiritual sign, and it shares a lot of like, there is a lot of Pisces weirdly that it does share in its earth way. Anyways, I just thought it was interesting specifically that Taurus is such a like, it's not just a sign about like we all should be grounded. It's like specifically grounded in our passions is like the Taurus way. So what an exciting like lineup we have coming up. And if there's again, and then we're getting the new moon in Aries again. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead.
No. I'm so excited for this second burst of newness, of manifesting, of
the day before the sun enters Taurus. The day before the sun enters Taurus. Specifically. That feels so loaded. Or that lineup is wild. Wild.
And at the same time, it's going to square this Pluto in Aquarius, where Pluto just moved into Aquarius, and Pluto is all about big soul transformations. Like, let's start something new in a very gotta break shit down and move forward, no looking back kind of way. So I'm feeling it. Again, as I've said, it's like, I'm in the Saturn return space, so I feel like everything's heightened, but I just feel good. I feel excited. I feel like I've found myself again recently, and it's amazing. I know, not to just talk about me, but
no, but also that is just like you're not just talking about you. I believe that you're like sharing. I believe that personally. I'm like, in my deepest of thoughts, I do believe that like what you're doing is also sharing like your experience of like, I don't know, what you're saying was so relatable to me personally. And on a level of like, I think there is importance to sharing that, right? Like, you're not just like drawing attention of like, this is what's happening to me in the sky. It's specifically from a place of like, when you're talking about certain things that are going on in your life, this applies to anyone and anything. I think this is why astrology is such a, like, we were talking about this earlier. It's sort of like it's the gateway, right? Into spirituality.
Yeah.
There's something about like such a huge part of spirituality is individually getting your shit aligned, and then so that you up level and can align with the bigger collective, right?
Yes.
And then that's how we all encompass more spirituality. But you have to, we've talked about this so many times on the podcast, the fucking airplane mask, right? The oxygen mask before, but that it really applies a lot in spirituality to me.
Yes.
There's so much, like, you can't be one with the collective until you're in a place yourself. Anyway, so my whole point is like, we all get there by sharing our personal experiences and connecting on that level. And like, you didn't need that TED Talk, Heather, personally, but you wanted it. Okay.
Yeah. No, you're right. And what you just said is also very Aries. Like, and I think that's so important to think about right now, because I was actually just talking with my dear friend Jake about this earlier, how like astrology is so special because it's, there's religion and stuff, and religion does do wonders in helping people connect in a community kind of way.
Right.
But I think there's something so special about astrology that it makes it so personal while also making it so universal.
It's
And
crazy.
yeah, and
it's allowed to be both. It's wild. And it's almost, and like spirituality as a whole to me is absolutely both. And there's a lot of disconnect that's happened in like society, blah, 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 the way we go about things, especially this like capitalist culture, specifically growing up and being an American. Right. But like, it's crazy to me that ever got like separated or detached in this way. That's like, duh. Go ahead. Please.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I just think it's like, it's kind of, you know, and I'm an Aquarius with Leo rising. This is very my shit. But like, I think it's crazy that not everyone is like obsessed with self-help, and like maybe self-help isn't even the word, but like obsessed with like
growing. It's growth.
What makes them unique, and like who like really consciously cares about growing in the best way possible. Like,
which to me, sorry, keep going.
No, that's all I was gonna say. Like, how are we not all obsessed with that?
Right. No, you're talking to me, bitch. The Pisces ass looking ass. Like, to me, self-help has become such a phrase, and it's become kind of almost an annoying,
I know,
umbrella term, the same way that it's like toxic, what is it? Toxic positivity, right? Like is almost kind of like annoying, or like can be like right, like always look at the glass half full, but also like I think we've learned enough by now that like if you don't fucking feel your shit, you're gonna shoot a place up or something drastic. I don't know. Like what benefit has come from suppressing anything?
I know.
That's my only point of like, yeah, I believe in feeling my shit. And then also, yes, like growing from it. I think that this like self-help phrase and this way we talk about self-help has a lot of connotations to it. All you're talking about, Heather, is the human experience. And I agree. It's crazy to me that human beings aren't obsessed with the human experience and being human
and life. Like
that's what growth is. That's what like, what you're describing specifically. I agree with you on the whole. Yeah. Everything you said. I agree. The self-help term, it can kind of make things a little rattled, but yeah.
Right.
To me, what you're talking about is just growth. And that is just simply part of the human experience.
Yeah.
So many people don't want to be human, it turns out.
Right. And like before we started recording, we were talking about how like our generation is probably going to have fewer kids. That's not necessarily our main value in life. I
With
think
global warming, how can it be?
Exactly. And the economy is just like fucked for us. But yeah, no, I think that it's like, I don't know. I talk to some people, mostly older people, who I think don't like how focused on individuation we are, like focused on the individual experience, but it's so much more fulfilling to connect with other people when you know yourself as an individual. And this is like an important Aries theme, you know, like the more it's why I feel so comfortable around Aries people is like there's not this,
they know themselves
and they are themselves, and it's just easier to connect with people on that frequency
who are, and like when it doesn't feel like it's almost like there's almost a little more of a relaxation of like you just know they're straight up, or that they're going to be straightforward.
Yeah.
In a sense of like, I love that I don't have to really wonder what an Aries is actually thinking. It does feel like I just know. There's absolutely beauty to that. And yeah, everything, that's what I was going to like touch on as well. It does seem to be that our generation is getting more understanding with the fact that taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's necessary. It's part of it. It's like, you must. What are we even talking about? And it is a doozy. It's a sad, it's a shit thing that ever occurred that never was just like, well, duh. Like, literally cannot help and be better. And again, I know we talk about this. There's a reason though that this like specific analogy has never died with the whole like airplane oxygen
Yeah,
mask dropping
yeah.
is because it is sort of weirdly the perfect example of like, how dare you, the audacity, think that you could be of any help. Like, who are you to think that you as a human could be of any assistance and help if you are not breathing to do so? Like, there, to
Mhm.
me, it's almost like it's more selfish not to. Right. You have
Exactly.
to flip it on its head. And it's very foreign at first. And when you've
Right.
grown up in a society that's like, that's bad, that's wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
And when, especially like with parents from like our generation specifically too, who are very like, were raised in this world of like, I don't know, it's hard because I'm also watching our generation, the generation and the generations like behind us, like the Zoomers and stuff. And I don't know, are they on another one? We'll look it up later. But
Ooh,
like,
good question.
I think they might be. I think they might have just started like Gen
X? No, what comes
X.
after?
No, we have that one. Wait.
Gen A? We're going back to the
I think
start
it
of the
might be.
alphabet.
Is it Gen Alpha? Whatever. Who gives a shit? Doesn't matter. We're all extinct soon. No, I'm just kidding. We're having fun. Everyone, relax. We're having fun. Friendly reminder not to take it all so seriously. Life that is. All right.
Yes.
Let me digress. But no. Jesus, I knew I was going to distract myself.
No, it's okay.
My whole point was just like, it's so funny that our generation is getting pegged for this like idea that like we're so selfish. I've never seen a generation give a fuck about others more than the one that's also putting their own mental health, physical health, like their own, just like, it's so wild that it's like, oh, look how true it is. I don't know. I think when it comes to our generation and generations behind us, we are the generations that are like taking it more and more seriously. I mean, literally, it feels like every day we're just getting more in tune with like the importance of what it means like to have healthy mental health, yada, yada.
Mm-hmm.
And look how much we're able to like give a shit about others too in our politics.
Right.
In the way that we just like carry ourselves, the way we're trying to reshape a lot of bullshit passed down to us. Like all that generational trauma. No, it's a beautiful thing. I 100% agree with you, Heather.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm prone to codependency and like
Sure. Yeah.
it's like
who isn't?
amazing that I'm like not thinking about boys this week. And that it's just like insane how like easy it is for someone like me to like want to, I like need a lot of passion in my life. And like I can easily just like get excited about relationships to a bad degree, but like the more I tap into
in a hopeless romantic way.
yes,
But yeah,
yes.
I hear you.
Yes, but like yeah, it's just amazing. The more I tap into that Aries, like what makes me feel passionate, just like as an individual, I don't care as much.
Yeah. No, it is. It just feels like it's a really exciting time. And like we said this on the last episode, and I know we're now on our 30th episode, the last Aries episode for this year, but it just really feels like there's never been, if you were looking for like permission, which of course you never need, but I like get that. I really do get that feeling of like I need permission or I need a sign.
Right.
We've never been just feels like we've never been given clearer signs, truly, with the not brand new, but an additional new moon in Aries. Yeah, Aries new moon. Right before we launch into Taurus. Like, come on.
I know. With the fucking solar eclipse. Let's not forget. And then
wait, I'm so sorry. The solar eclipse, Heather, when does that occur again? You said on the I'm sorry.
So
I know you already said this.
Yeah, no. So apparently every solar eclipse is accompanied by a new moon. I'm almost positive.
I see.
So they always go together. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So the same day, April 19th or 20th, depending on your time zone. But yeah, the night of April 19th for us, we will be feeling this. And yeah, the fact that we're going into Taurus right away after just feels like we're gonna tap into our intuitions and then have the ability to like make it real.
Fourth gear, baby.
Right?
Let's launch. Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's really and I know we were talking about this a little bit off the podcast as well, but like there's almost like an I'm like scared if I fuck this up. Like there's a part of me, not scared.
Yeah.
But
I
there's
get
a
what you're
part of me
saying.
that's like, if I do not take advantage of how clear the universe is being right now. Listen, it's not we have like advertisements from the universe on here. We don't get influencer money from the universe. We're not here to
We
sell a
don't. We
product to
don't.
anyone.
I know.
But mark my fucking words, the fear, like the gut feeling of dread, scared, like this like response, and it's a beautiful thing. Don't get me wrong. It's like it's funny because it's all for my benefit. But there's a genuine fear that I will be shunned, shut out, never invited to sit at the fucking table again with the universe if I do not take advantage of my opportunities coming up. Like that's how big of a deal, Heather, this movement is to me. And I know we said it's not like a ton of movement. It's just specifically the little movement that is happening so drastic, right? If I have that right.
Totally. No. And I feel that pressure during Aries season. And I feel that pressure when the sun is transiting my first house, which happens during Virgo season when we started this podcast. I feel like, God, if I'm not starting something now, then I'm wasting my fucking time.
And I'm going to be punished.
Yeah. And like
the universe is never going to give me another idea again.
Oh, and like that's not true, obviously. Like the universe is supporting us.
I think that if you do have that mindset, it's such a like I almost feel like that feeling is more just like that's what the universe wants you to like. She wants you to be in that place because she's so desperate for you to create and
to
like
succeed.
She's such a fan.
Bro, yes.
It's like all of us waiting on Grimes' new album. We're
just
mad at her because we love her. Yeah,
totally.
And I think it's like when you think of the universe as a fan like that, of being like, why aren't you on? What the?
Wait, I love that. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Fan being like,
she's
when
not
are you gonna
mean.
release the shit?
The same way I feel like artists do get like genuine pressure from their fans. It's not from a place of like your fans mean well. They love you.
Yes.
Obviously, if you're not in the right mental space, your fans will back off. They love you first and foremost. But at the end of the day, your fans are like, where's the new fucking thing?
You're ready for it.
Like,
no,
we're here to spend money on you. Where you want to buy the merch for it. We want to have inside jokes about it. Like, literally, if you think of the universe as your fan club and constantly just like in your inbox, like, excuse me, we want more. And not in a way of, in that way of like, when you think of creativity as your responsibility, again, not so much a pressure and scary. I think I used a lot of weird words back there, but that's exactly how I mean it.
Feel you.
When you think of it as this, like if you look at the universe as always being in your fan club of people who are waiting on it, like that's all you need. That's all you need. And when you get an idea, that's your fans tweeting at you. Like like this should be the music video or like this should have been a music video back in the day for your re-recordings.
Right.
Why must I always bring it back to that Sagittarius goddess? Anyways, but yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's how I like to look at it. If that's in that terms of responsibility and pressure. It's like
I love that so much.
That's the kind of pressure you want from people who are like, I'm only here because I love you and I'm a fan of your work and I want to support you and I think you're amazing and your voice should be out there and you should be out there. And it's all the universe is saying to us all the time. We just love ignoring her.
I know.
And then she gets fucking pissed.
I know. Because that's
when she's like, okay, you're fired from your job.
No, it is true that fate will, but even the fate shit.
No, all you can do is focus on this. Yeah.
Even if it does rattle you, it's ultimately for the best. It's
always for your best interest. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to be in person. Again, now, Heather, I'm going to share a personal anecdote.
Yeah.
But like, it's a beautiful thing to be in my life at this age, what I've experienced, what I've gone through, yada, yada. It's a beautiful place to be in when something shit, bad, dumb happens. And you're just kind of like, let's see what this rolls out to be.
Right? Yeah. You can be curious instead of.
Yes, you're allowed to be a lot more accepting and open and like, not saying that from a place of like, okay, hit me. I'm in the middle of the street. Come on, cars, bring it. Like, no, I genuinely more mean like there's a trust. It's like, well, I've made it this far. And the universe, even back, like you've had enough experience of like closed doors to understand that those are always for your benefit more than they are for your like rejection. Those are a closed door leads to way more yeses.
Yes.
In the end, I don't know. I gotta stop with all that.
No, but I'm so with you. I so agree. And like, I think I said this last week, but I feel a responsibility being able to understand this language of astrology, like what a waste if I'm not applying it.
Right.
And like I constantly it just like I'm really excited that people are getting more and more excited about astrology. I think it's only going to continue. But the way that I just wish I could like really show people, the way I like wish I could like shove it down people's throats, and I don't, because like I wouldn't do that. But
I
the
don't think
way
it'd be
that I
fun
don't
for you if that's how you were doing
No,
it. I think it's
exactly.
way more
It's
fun when those same people are like, "Oh my God, you were so right," or those same people who are shutting it down are like,
But I'm just like,
"Well, that resonated."
do you guys realize that like you can know about this shit ahead of time? Like you can
Yeah.
or even when shit hits the fan, you have something
There's
to turn
clarity.
to that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I just
Yeah.
I wish. I wish.
No. Oh, Heather, you're
I
talking
feel
to
the
the
same way about
Pisces.
hallucinogenics. I'm like, if you guys could just all realize the
I
understanding.
literally, I literally was thinking the same thing. I was like, it's kind of like shrooms.
I
If you think
know.
about it. If everyone could just be like understanding of their third eye opening and how that's a necessity to like growth in the human experience, we'd
I think
all
some of this
literally be fun. We all literally wouldn't have to transport to a new planet because this one's running out of the fossil fuels. My God. Anyway,
I know.
I've been a little Debbie Downer about that recently, the whole economy.
Aw.
But no, actually not a Debbie Downer, just in a way of like, again, a blessing of like, maybe I get to be a little more selfish in this lifetime than
Oh,
women
yeah.
before me. And maybe that's my reward for getting to be a woman in this like day and age of taking out, like not letting that guilt of what it means of like the responsibility. You get what I'm saying? But like,
Yeah.
just like womanhood has in itself has like developed, it's grown. People, humans, we've developed, we've grown. Like, just circling back to everything we were saying at the beginning, Heather, like this idea of anyone who wants to stay put, it's like you're just doing a disservice to yourself. Like, that's just not, come on, there's so much more to be tapping into.
I know.
Like you're coming from a place of help of wanting to help, Heather.
I
So
do.
like,
I do.
but you still do it in a way of like, if you were to shove it down people's throats, it wouldn't be the same. It's so much more
No.
beautiful. It's so much more beautiful to see people our age and a lot of our generation, and even the like younger generations, wherever we're at now. Jesus, it might really still just be Gen Z, and I'm like adding 8 more generations on. But yeah, like this, there's a really beautiful idea that I've never felt more connected with like my peers than I have at this age and this timeline. And I just think there's something really special about that. And I think a lot of us are just like, I'm just so proud of our generation. I really am. I'm having a moment, but like my generation makes me really, really fucking proud. And I know we scare the shit out of a lot of the Gen X's and like the boomers, but I'm so proud of us. I really am.
No, I am too.
I'm gonna cry. I'm proud to be a millennial. Where I saw social media born.
No, but
yeah,
in
like,
the Pluto and Scorpio thing, like I really feel like it's our mission to like really go into the darkness, understand the emotions, and be really emotionally strong.
Yeah.
And it's our duty, and I think we're doing a good job.
And we've never been more transparent. It feels like about like shit we're going through, and you know, a lot of like, you know, I get it. The world is slowly but surely changing, right? But I just love that my generation is like, hell yeah, I'm in fucking therapy. I love that my generation is like, hell yeah, I'm gonna be open about my fucking mental illness. Like, there's just so much spiritual, like even in just casual conversation, I feel like spirituality is just touched on. It's always being touched on, even if you mean it, even when you're not trying to have like a quote unquote spiritual moment or like a spiritual conversation. It fucking lends its like our generation is the shit we're just talking about with each other. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. It's just on a level of like, it's deeper fucking shit, man. Like it just is. And it's beautiful. And I'm proud of us. And like, it's such a, you know, when older generations are sitting there wagging their fingers about like technology and how this generation always has like their noses in their phones. I kind of, while I get the point and I see that, I can't deny that I just feel like this weirdly has been what you get everything I just said. But like, it's like, I do agree. There's a lot about like social media and technology that can be wrong and bad for sure. But what's so beautiful about our generation, I think, is that we still have found the positives within that. And a lot of us are just like so much more connected to like the world in ways we wouldn't have been. There is a lot of still like good that came with that.
No.
Heather, I'm rambling. I've taken us on 8 TED Talks.
What you were saying earlier about
this
like
season.
being able to see like what other countries, the way other countries do things.
To put yourself in someone else's shoes.
Easier. Yeah, it's never been
our
easier
generation
to
really gets to tap into that in a way that, yes, I'm not trying to shit on generations before us, but like I'm happy to see that it doesn't feel like our generation is like not taking advantage of that. And if I dare say so. Like I think our generation has empathy in a way that we're able to. Like it's just shoved down our throats and in our faces, and there's a responsibility. And it's just so not crazy to me how much that intertwines with spirituality. A lot of just like that moral compass and just like basic human rights. A lot of that is just connected to spirituality.
And the fact that in our adulthood we are going to bring forth Pluto in Aquarius and Pluto in Pisces is just fucking awesome.
It's awesome. I'm so excited.
I know.
Sorry.
Me too.
All right. I know we have to get into the charts. No, I actually am also very excited about these charts, but
me too.
This has just been a great last Aries episode. Happy 30th to us, bitch. I love you so much, Heather.
Love you.
Love you, listeners. All right. Shall we? Ooh, our 30th episode, Heather. These Aries charts.
Yes.
This Aries season as a whole.
Fuck. It's been major.
It's been a long time coming. Sorry. I've been watching a lot of Aries footage. I did it again.
Yes.
I'm done. I'm tapping.
It wouldn't be Hollywood Horoscopes if you didn't make a
if I didn't make a Taylor Swift reference.
A Taylor reference.
And don't even get me started. I don't know what the fuck. It's so funny, Heather. Let me just get this out of my system, then we'll hop right back into the charts. As you heard, because you're in a group chat, unfortunately, that bombarded you with it, and you don't really have a choice to hear, or more just mean that I know you got this information like against your will.
Oh my God. No, I love it.
Not that you can't, you're not upset about it. I know that like you're not obsessed in the way that I got this and was like, I need to get to a Wi-Fi source. I need reliable Wi-Fi. I need I need someone to cite some sources. I need names. I need where are we getting this information, because of the huge news that Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn broke up.
Do you think that like oh my God, I could go on I actually do want to talk about this,
Heather, but, like, I have so many thoughts on this.
Do you think that she like just needs more passion than what he was sometimes I think every time I get with someone who, I don't know, the lyrics in Lavender Haze that are like staring at the ceiling with you don't really say too much. It's like great, but like how exciting is stability? I don't know. That's how I am. It's like, yeah, you need a stable relationship, Heather. Stop going for these guys. But like, I like the excitement, She kind of strikes me the same way.
I was like, we're going to make this quick. Heather.
Yeah. Wait, I'm ready to go off.
No, but it is really interesting, and to the point where I've like been wanting to align it with, but again, it's hard because we are just now hearing about this breakup, right? The public, right? And the way that it's all still kind of like confusing. She's never publicly ever spoken about actually breaking up with someone. I don't think she's ever even technically admitted anyone's her boyfriend besides Joe.
Just wait for the next album. It's going to be in the lyrics, right?
We're going to know it all. But it's just so funny because, my mind already went there. And there was a huge part of me that's like, I think it's on the Speak Now album where she's like, but I think it's Fearless. I miss screaming and fighting and kissing in the rain. And it's 2 a.m. and I'm
cursing your name. That's one of my favorite songs.
Yes, The Way I Loved You. Which
yes.
And like, because she talks about this too, where she's like, I thought love would be burning red, but it's golden. talking about Joe. And like
right.
it was a shock to the fandom. But you know, it's so fucked up because it's like the sources say this, and it's like the sources are Taylor's people. So it's Taylor. It is Taylor saying this. It's just like fucking Entertainment Tonight can't say it's Taylor, or Tree, her publicist, saying it's also like it's so annoying. It's insane because at this point, Taylor has been around and so famous long enough that the fans know when she's lying, or the fans even know when it's her people making statements. Like the fans know still in the end. And my whole point to this is that she just recently was like spotted out. Like she went above and beyond. Like and everyone said this. Everyone was like, bitch knows how to hide from the paps. She like intentionally wanted to be seen, and wanted to be seen in a place of like, I'm good. Like,
right.
And it got me thinking, of course, in my little Pisces intuition. And then there's this huge, like, the fandom figured out that Joe Alwyn's little brother apparently unfollowed her. So a lot of people do think that Joe is like the brokenhearted one. And again, they're people. It's also sad. And my Pisces, he's a Pisces. My whole point to this, the Lavender Haze video, too, she shows like she's it's her Sagittarius sign, like next to his like Pisces sign.
I know. I love that.
In a way that I was like, that's beautiful. All along this fiery ass bitch needed water. But in these articles, or the sources that talked about their breakup, they have said it's like Joe always had an issue with her level of fame. He's a Pisces. Yeah. He's a lot more dedicated to like his art, and like really more wanted to do like serious projects, and like he's a Pisces. He wants to make a living being an artist. He's not a Sag.
He's not into the flashy.
And he's the reason, like, apparently that like she no longer has comments on her Instagram photos. Like he really did ground her with his Pisces ass in a way of like, you're Taylor Swift, you have choices, you have options.
Right.
I do think he was a beautiful, like, incredible relationship, and the first kind of relationship of its kind for her.
Yeah, for sure.
Specifically at the timing of what was going on in her reality, which is that Kim Kardashian and Kanye West leaked the edited phone call that made it look like she lied about being upset about his song. And also right before that, she had a super public breakup with Calvin Harris, the last big like breakup she had before Tom and then had that like rebound with Tom Hiddleston, and everyone was like pissed. And so her reputation was dragged. And here's this sweet little baby Pisces coming in and being like, I see you for you.
Oh. Yeah, I know. It's really sad.
This sweet baby Pisces coming in being like, here's an oxygen mask. I don't need one.
Yeah.
No, but I do, my whole point to that, Heather, is like, these fire signs can't not be free. Fire signs,
Sagittarius especially
Sag, they can't not be free. I don't think Taylor, again, I don't know the inner workings of the relationship. Who knows what actually really happened? But if I had to guess, she talks about this in one of my favorite songs ever, The Archer, where she's like, I never grow up. It's getting so old. Like it starts with like, easy they come, easy they go. I jump from the train. I ride off alone. I never grow up. It's getting so old. Help me hold on to you. She literally says, she's talking to Joe. And it's about this idea of like, yes, I think her fucking fire is always in the front seat. But that's like why she's fucking Taylor Swift.
Yeah. And it's like, it's like, do we really see her like marrying Joe and singing these songs about marriage? Like, I don't know. I'm more excited. Selfishly,
everyone's
oh god, I hope I don't get the breakup album. But no, that's the thing. It's like it's
all the Swifties are with us. Exactly what you're saying is where all the Swifties are at.
Yeah,
she would have to be absolutely evil for anyone to even be mad at her, dump her in a
right. I mean, like, it's life.
Truly, I don't think she did anything evil or wrong, but like, I think she kind of already let us know, and I think this was already sort of a fear, and basically these articles back that up. Like the idea was that like that he couldn't take the level of fame, I think, on a personal level, but also like, she couldn't see a future with him long term, because I think at the end of the day, it's because of the fans. Like the fans will never let her stop. in a way that she never wants to stop. She's like a
I mean, I
fucking
think it's
border
her
collie.
too. I think
Yes, that's what I'm saying. She will work till
she's
she
a Sag.
dies.
She wants
Like,
to
yeah.
expand. She wants to see how far she can go.
Yes,
She wants to.
It's never enough. Not in a bad way, just in a way of like,
No,
well, we did this.
She wants to reach the heights. Yeah.
And I think Joe is like, in his Pisces way, is like,
I'm
already making a living doing my art. I can die happy. Taylor
totally
has to conquer. She
yeah,
has to.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, and as a Pisces, there's, I was talking about this with Alex. Shouts out to Alex Nightingale. I was talking about this with Alex too, where I was just like, breaks my heart that she can't take a break. And Alex was like, Alex in her Libra ass way was like, listen, happiness to everyone looks different. And I was like, no, he grounded her. He was the only one there. Like, my Pisces ass is so like, oh, the love story's done. And meanwhile, Taylor's like, hi, I'm single. I'm like, this is the biggest grossing tour ever. I'm going to be Forbes said I'm crossing into billionaire after the end of this tour.
God.
Like, she's fucking thriving. And it pains me because I'm not fire.
Right.
I wish. Anyways, to circle it all back to Aries. My point is that like, this is what I love about fire. I really love this.
Yeah.
That fire cannot be manipulated. It's fire. It's literally, it's fire. It's just fire. And it's such it's a reason these signs inhibit like the fire symbol. It's like when fire's in your chart, it usually is pretty dominant. I want to say, no matter where it is, it's going to be like you're leading with
it's a potent energy. Yeah.
And it's so special. And it's one of my favorite things about fire signs.
Me too.
And with that, God bless Joe Alwyn. Come on the pod.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm sad. I do think
it's sad for the Pisces.
Was like, this was cute when my reputation was like in smithereens, and then we did the whole COVID thing. But like, I'm back in everyone's good graces, and I have some serious fucking money to cash in. Like,
Charlie X did the same thing where she was like, "I'm with this really 7-year-old or 7-year, not 7-year-old, Jesus, this like 7.
We'll cut that out.
Yeah, we'll cut that out. No, where she like was, I'm gonna settle down. It's COVID. I'm gonna be with the guy who's been around for 7 years, and then she was like, Leo hit. Wait, I need passion. I'm going to be with this Aries, and now I want the white picket fence life. And Heather, I'm sure even that's not going to last, but
literally, it's so funny that you say that because Charlie XCX was the first bitch who popped into my mind. I was like, I just kind of got confused by another female love, like angel of mine in the music industry. And I was just thinking about this with Charlie too. How she just released one of my favorite fucking albums ever. The How I'm Feeling Now, which is all about her and Huck, all about that long ass relationship, was meant everything to me. Was my favorite thing she ever put out. And then following year, I see her half naked on a boat with the guy from the 1975, and I said,
I really ship them though. Like, oh my God, they're so hot. Like the way
something about like a woman not letting a man like hold her back.
Yeah, no,
I love Huck and I love Joe and I love the art that they allowed like Taylor and Charlie to make, for example.
Yes.
And how they were a part of it. Honestly, we talked about this, how Huck is like, you actually taught me that, Heather, how Huck was like a huge reason Charlie's in that world. Or not, or they bonded.
Got with Sophie and yeah.
Right. And like Joe and Taylor collabed on 10 songs together. Like,
right.
Fuck.
No, that's really
and,
cool.
She wrote her last 4 albums, 4 out of her 10 total albums. No, more, 5. Sorry. Half of her albums, 5 of her 10 albums, he's all over them. So like clearly it meant something to her. And that's like the thing with Charlie's relationship too.
Right.
And I think that's what's so hard for the fans. A lot of Taylor's fans are like, how could she write these songs and this song? And I was sitting there like, well, how could Charlie have written How I'm Feeling Now?
I know.
Like I'd already gotten kind of prepped for this. Is my whole like
everyone needs their stability era, but fire needs passion at the end of the day.
Is Charlie a Leo?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, she is. She's so hot.
She's also like, I don't really have hobbies. I like to potty. And I'm like, I could not resonate more. Like partying being part of your personality. Yes, me. Hello, Leo rising.
I'm just going to share this on the pod because I think it's important that we're vulnerable with our listeners, Heather, especially on episode 30. But the drunkest, best, funnest time I've ever had in my entire life was at the Charlie XCX concert with you.
Wish I could remember.
We drank those fucking Skinny Girl margaritas. Yes, we did.
Skinny Girl fucked me up.
I just remember being on the roof of your apartment. And we were like, what would Charlie do? We need another bottle. But it was truly just the best time of my life. It's a core memory for me. Where are we at? What theater was that?
What
That
theater
wasn't
was
the
it?
Greek, right?
All
Was
the
that the Greek
issues at the
theater?
box office with the tickets.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm too drunk to deal
I
with
can't talk
this.
about it. Yeah. I was so angry. Or I was just like, listen, surely if she can't pull these tickets up, her name's got to be somewhere. We're literally missing the opener. Like, I was so mad. But it all ended up being an incredible experience in time. We really fucked it up real nice. But anyway. Circling back. Where were we?
30th episode, and the Taylor Joe
The
drama is a
charts.
major thing that we had to discuss.
We really did have to. I mean, come on. I did mean to bring that up way earlier in the intro, but there's just been a lot to discuss this episode. Okay. And with that, our first birth chart of the episode, Heather. This one's really fun. I have a fun little anecdote to share, and this one could not be more fucking fire to me. Even just like, again, a fire exudes itself, right? You find out fire to me is one of the easiest signs, not easiest, but it's one of the signs I feel like I'm most accurate when I guess it.
Yeah, you can.
It has a specific taste. It's got a specific energy that's just so, like, again, unapologetically itself. That's literally the substance of fire, right? Like, it's just existing. It's not its fault. It's fire. Like, incredible. Lil Nas X absolutely radiates.
Oh my
fire.
God. Absolutely.
Fire sign through and through.
Very Aries too.
But I was just going to say, but specifically Aries. And we were talking about this too when I was looking at their chart. I was like, they're born in 1999. Like, insane. I thought they were my age. I thought they were maybe older. And that's because that has to be that they're Aries, I'm imagining. You know what I mean? Like, Aries has that. Aries is almost like an energy of it's the
confidence.
Well, it's the confidence. It's also astrologically, it's the firstborn.
Right.
Like, Aries kind of has this, like, come with me, my child. I'm the oldest and the wisest. Like, like, he's so funny online. Lil Nas is so funny online, has always been like the reason they are so around. The music is so fun, so good, so Aries, very fire. All the music, the performances, unbelievably fire. The last performance I saw them in was the MTV Music Video Awards. Fucking incredible. One of my favorite performances I've ever seen. I highly recommend watching it. But, like, truly just like a performer through and through. In all aspects, and so fun with their fans. Like, interacts with their fans online, very funny online, very themselves. Like, just that unapologetic, like, here I am and here I'll stay. Lil Nas absolutely encompasses all that.
Totally.
And real quick, sorry. So they're Lil Nas X is an Aries sun, Capricorn moon, Cancer rising. The Capricorn moon thing, absolutely. Again, like I just said, they're born in 99 and just so big, so fast. Like,
right.
Just so dominant in what they're doing.
Yeah.
And
like,
that's Capricorn moon.
Yeah. And you were saying, like, surprised that they are so young. Right. Capricorn moon is like Capricorn is the most mature.
Right.
There's that feeling of authority. Yeah.
And it's so funny how that you can just carry an energy that's like, listen to me, I'm right. Just because of an energy you're carrying.
I know, right?
But it's real and I trust it.
Yeah.
It's true. It is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just I love Lil Nas X. The Old Town Road song fucking is so good.
It's a banger.
It's a banger. And I'm a fan of bangers. I love, like, pop culture or everything. So, like, Lil Nas was like, I discovered them just because I was like, I have to have my finger on the pulse.
Right.
Love Lil Nas X. Love that they fucking what am I trying to say? Worked together on a major hit with Billy Ray, like
co-wrote.
like that. I don't know if they
co-created,
but yeah, whatever. Just like the graciousness to throw Billy Ray a bone. You know,
I know that is so true.
Of a fucking Cancer rising. He didn't have to do that. Lil Nas X didn't have to do that. That's incredible. No, it's just it's so fun. But also, it's very fun to see that, or like that Capricorn moon, that Aries sun energy match with that little Cancer moon, that little like why give a shit energy, because I won't name names on the pod, Heather. You know I can never name names on the pod unless I have to, because it's someone's birthday.
Right.
And they need the shout out.
Right.
But this person didn't tell me to not share it on the show, but I also didn't like ask. So I'm just not gonna name names. But I have a friend who is absolutely 100% hooked up with Lil Nas X, while Lil Nas X like was already Lil Nas X, like known, famous.
So incredible.
And it's such a funny little like anecdote. And it was when my friend was on a work trip. And yeah, and they have like a picture together. Very funny, but like again, Lil Nas like made the move, and but like, was it, as my understanding goes, wasn't creepy, wasn't disrespectful, was very Cancer. I think the whole reason my friend like did hook up with them is because of their Cancer rising. Is my whole point.
Right,
like, that
right,
Cancer
right.
rising is not surprising to me, especially of the way they just like singled my friend out in a like a positive, nice way, made them feel special. And like it was just such a cute little passionate like little night. And so anyway,
and Aries and Cancer are both cardinal. They're both go-getter signs, so it makes sense that he's like, let me just initiate this real fast. Capricorn too. Oh my god, duh. Capricorn is also cardinal. So all three cardinal signs in the sun, moon, and rising.
Wow.
He knows how to initiate.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. That really made me think. Sorry.
Yeah.
That took me out. An initiator, I should say. Yeah, fuck yeah, Lil Nas X is. Yeah, so that's just so fun to find. When I saw that like those were his main three, the very minuscule, very minimal little I know of him, because again, my friend doesn't know that much either.
It's funny.
Like that part to me was like funny because of just the way they hit on my friend, and it was like it was charming and very cute, and like it worked for Lil Nas X.
Wow.
And then they were as I understand it, were a respectful hookup too. So that's just like a fun like anecdote to be able to share. You know, that like
the
they
nice
weren't
Cancer rising. Yeah.
The
The responsible Capricorn moon.
But yeah, anything else, Heather, in Lil Nas X's chart that you think worthy of?
Yeah, well, just real fast, Mars in the 5th is like, Mars is here I am. It's Aries planet. It's here's my power. Here I am. And having that in the 5th house of self-expression, Leo's house, I think makes a lot of sense too. He dresses really over the top, and Mars in the 5th, I think, makes sense with that. But that Mars is also in opposition to Saturn in the 10th. So yeah, that's like the most difficult part of this chart. Otherwise, it's pretty flowing, pretty harmonious. There's a lot of grand trines. But it's interesting. It's triple cardinal. So like knows what it wants, knows how to get it. But Mars has to face Saturn when it comes to initiating things also. So it's like gotta be cautious, gotta be serious, gotta be an authority. But a really nice, well-balanced chart. It's makes sense. He's so successful at a young age.
Yeah. And you know what's so funny is that as we were talking about them, and I wasn't even thinking about Gaga's chart at the time, as we were talking about them, I was like, the same way they made a splash to me was similar to Gaga when she sort of stepped on the scene. And the way that it's like, it's very the costumes and the performances.
It speaks for itself. It's like, I'm here. But it's also I'm powerful.
Like, it has something to say, and it's
totally
not just doing that for like attention. It's like there's a bigger message. There's a bigger. You can tell the artistry is important. The artistry is there, prevalent, and it's important. It's not just about the show.
Yeah.
Lil Nas X isn't just like a YouTuber, or like he's not just like.
Totally.
The artistry is very much in everything that they do. And that to me, again, is very like Aries. It's like, if Aries is going to go to the trouble to extend itself to that, it's like, it's going to make sure it's for and about the art. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Heather, I'm ready to move on if you are. Lil Nas.
I'm ready.
Come on, the fucking Lil Nas X, get your ass over here. We'll talk all about he who can't be named in your hookup.
So funny. Oh my God.
I'm not naming names. Fabulous. That's
all right.
Is funny. Sorry, yes.
I know,
please.
it's so funny.
I'm like, I could circle back.
By
all means, take us on to the next.
Another flashy
Aries.
diva, another Aries through and through.
through.
I'm obsessed. Mariah Carey, the one and only.
The one and only.
The one and only. And you know what?
Eminem's
Mariah
X.
Carey. What?
I was doing a throwback to our past episode when we covered Eminem, but I was saying Eminem's X.
Oh, right.
Just kidding. Would never refer to Mariah like that. If anything, Eminem's Mariah's X.
I didn't. That's so odd to me. But anyway, yeah.
Well, technically, like, I don't think that's the thing. The Obsessed song she sings is, you know, again, this is I don't think anyone's technically admitted it, but it's apparently supposed to be about Eminem.
Allegedly. I see.
Allegedly about, Go ahead, please.
So Mariah Carey, we also have the Aries and Cancer. Mariah Carey is an Aries sun, Cancer moon, Taurus rising. And I read a Pitchfork interview with Mariah Carey a few years ago, and it was all about her songwriting. And the major takeaway, like throughout the interview, Mariah was like, yeah, it's just so amazing that like no one talks to me about the songwriting. Like my persona has become such this like laughable diva thing that no one really acknowledges the songwriting anymore. And I was looking at her, I mean, it's Wikipedia. The Pitchfork is way more reputable, but the Wikipedia article, it's really astounding, her songwriting accomplishments, how she has had
her
like
own music, you mean?
She's written how many hits she's written, like how many like top charting hits like of her own music that she's like so much success with the songwriting that I don't like. I agree. She's not acknowledged for it enough. And that Venus conjunct Saturn in the 12th house, the moon in the 3rd, like there are a lot of things in the chart that point to a real connection with language and making writing beautiful. Like with Venus and Saturn in the 12th, it's bringing beauty and also structure, and also the 12th house that deals with like storytelling all together. It makes sense that and Taurus rising needs to bring form to things, and Mercury and Pisces, and but we can also talk about her messiness. I mean,
listen though, if anyone's allowed to have messiness, it's my divas.
Right. We like them that way. I mean,
like I want,
and I love a messy Aries, especially.
Okay, not to bring it back to Taylor, but out of all like the pop divas in terms of messiness, I want to say she's maybe the technically like squeaky cleanest.
Yeah,
but still she's messy as fuck. They're all fire. So like, in the ways you want, messy in the ways that are real. They're going to say the shit that you're only thinking. And then they're going to also profit off of it. I love the divas.
Me too.
And like,
oh my God.
Ariana Grande gets compared to like Mariah Carey a lot, which like makes sense because they can both do that like whistle tone. And Ariana Grande did a cover of Mariah's, like one of her big ones. I don't know if you've seen that like meme, Heather, or like the vine of like the Mariah Carey song where she's like, and she goes higher, and the lawnmower is like flying in the air to like the tune of her notes. Okay, it's so funny. Everyone take a minute to go watch it. But yeah, Ariana Grande gets compared to her in the same way. But like Mariah is just Mariah fucking Carey, and that's like, we talked about this with the Paris Hilton documentary, that like when you're a pop diva like that, not that Paris Hilton is necessarily a pop diva, but she
evokes that.
She evokes
a pop
diva.
culture diva.
She's a diva. Yeah, she's a diva in the sense. Thank you, Heather. And she talks about in her documentary how much of that was like a character for protection.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande talks about the same shit. She's like the high ponytail, the high, like knee, the thigh high boots and all that. That's a character of like her talent is real. But when you're at that level of like stardom, like pop super stardom, there almost has to be a character to sort of, you have to detach. And like, it almost feels, again, like from a protection place, and to still make it about your art. And it's like, it's just, it's sad to hear a lot of these like divas have similar stories of like, specifically, it sounds like because they're women, they're not taken seriously. Their characters are, or like the things about them, not so much what they're trying to say or what they're embodying, or what they're, so it's a fucking, it's sad to hear her say that.
Yeah, it is sad.
Enlightening and nice to hear. I don't think I knew how much she wrote her own songs.
Yeah.
Because of the character that the media ran with, and like,
Yeah, totally. And I think
Glitter.
she got Glitter is so amazing. It's like kind of heartbreaking that was such a like
so good.
a flop. Like I know
was
that
it really?
like she apparently took it really hard that it wasn't it's like made fun of. But it's like a great movie, I think. I mean,
I think it's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I saw it at a younger age, but like for what it's worth, it's like, come on, it's great.
It's great. The music's great. Yeah, she's a good actress.
That's just what I was gonna say. Like, I don't think she dances in it, so I wasn't gonna call. I mean, Mariah Carey can be a triple threat all day. Like, whatever. She can strut.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say she's a fucking triple threat. But she's not a bad actress in that movie by any means. Like, she's
that Cancer Moon.
I was gonna say she's super down to earth. Like, really encompasses that down to earth. Like, it was such a bummer for me to like hear this like diva persona that was like kind of thrown on her, because I grew up watching Glitter, and I was like,
yeah,
but like, to me, it's like, in order to act like that and be that down to earth, like, yes, I know it's acting, but to me that takes a level of like intelligence, social intelligence, right? I don't know, could just be me.
Yeah,
go on, Heather,
I think
go
so
on.
Yeah,
I know that we're about to like, or
I know. Yeah. The only other thing I'll say is that the Jupiter opposite the sun and Jupiter conjunct Uranus opposite the sun and Mercury, I think points to how expansive her vocal range is.
Yeah. Damn. And again, in the way she can act and sing, please.
Yeah. Oh, very multifaceted, very spread out chart.
Expansive to her.
A diva of our time.
Mariah.
She deserves all the praise.
Mariah Carey,
let her be messy. Come on the pod.
Fuck Eminem. Love you too, Eminem. So sorry.
Love you. Love Glitter.
Both of you come on the pod. We'll have a reunion. We'll make up.
Yeah.
Damn, this one was fun.
It was very fun. A fun final Aries hurrah.
Such a fun that we're ending our 30th, which is such a like,
yeah,
like a rounded oomph. And it's also like the end, we're wrapping up this like end of Aries time, which has just been such a fucking time, Heather. There's just been a lot going on. This new moon coming up is going to be so fun, so loaded with those manifestations. To me, it's never been a clearer sign from the universe to get so fucking clear on what you want, but not only what you want, like passion, like what you want out of this life, bitch.
Literally.
Like,
oh my God. You were, yes.
Like what's going to give you the, like that feeling, what's going to tickle your fancy, your little, it's going to hit you in your cheeks. All right, I got to relax. What is going to be that fire between your cheeks? Thank you, Heather.
No, it's true.
No, it's just, it's a really exciting time. And it just feels like, not that we ever need fucking permission for this shit, but if you did ever need permission, you've got it, honey. Like the universe has never been so clear with her intentions right now.
Yeah.
Like call it in, call that energy in, be greedy with those manifestations, I say, and get greedy real specific on them. Yeah. Specific, and greedy in the sense of like, if you're going to go for it, fucking go for it. The shit that you couldn't that you don't even think you are allowed to say out loud. That's exactly what I'm talking about with this new moon. Like that feeling of like, that's not for me. The fuck it isn't. The fuck it is not.
You think Mariah Carey overthinks?
You think Mariah Carey was like, do I deserve this, bitch?
She knows.
She knows.
Mm-hmm.
She knows she deserves it. You think Lil Nas X just hit on my friend?
Think he overthought that?
Yeah, you ever thought that? No. He said, this will be easy. And it was. My friend would love that. And I know they're listening.
That's so funny.
No, yeah.
Oh my God.
We have to, it's no mistake that the firstborn of astrology is fire, specifically Aries, specifically encompassing what it means to be authentically fucking you.
Yeah.
And that forward motion and that let's go fucking get an attitude. I love this time of year. And I'm so excited for Taurus season. I really am. It's all too much. Exciting time.
I'm really excited. I'm really, really, really excited. And yeah, Taurus is going to, so Taurus season starts on the 21st, this will come out on the 13th, which is a Thursday. Then we have the Aries solar eclipse on the 19th/20th. And the 21st starts Taurus. So we'll definitely talk about that more next week. But
yeah, you're right.
But yeah, Taurus is a bit slower in its pace. Taurus is the slow builder. Right. But I love that. Yes.
I was literally like, do I have my dates marked right?
No,
I just went through and marked all my like dates of like when the sun enters a new sign.
Yeah.
When the new moons are I not just marked it, like put it in my Google Cal, bitch. It's on my phone. I'm not playing around here, folks.
No, we shan't.
You better not be either, folks. Just kidding. Go ahead, Heather. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I was having trouble like processing thoughts in my brain, so it's good we had that. But no, yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
Fact that
a distraction when you need it and when you don't. Go ahead.
The fact that we go from this super speedy, super heightened Aries energy to this like, this very intuitive, what sparks you, what lights you up, what reminds you of your identity and your raw power to, all right, we're going to slow down. We're going to build this. We're going to enjoy the senses. We're going to think about quality. Think about quality over quantity. That's a huge thing moving.
Well, and the building blocks, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think Earth sign can be really good about like this is its whole point, right? It's not grounding in the sense of like, you need to get realistic and ignore your passions.
Right.
It's like, wow, those passions are incredible. Now here, how can we lay the building blocks to really making them reality? That's all Earth is doing. That's like, it's Earth, not all it's doing a lot, but like what, like it's a beautiful thing specifically that Taurus falls after, or again, that Earth signs fall after fire.
No, totally.
That's not a coincidence.
Yeah, no.
It's this like fire is the time to think, manifest, hone in what you're really passionate about, what the fuck's moving you right now, what needs to be done. Earth is a time to actually put action to words.
Yeah.
And then air is a time to sort of meditate and think on it. Water is a time to sabotage it all. Just kidding. And on to the next project.
Oh my God. You are like kind
totally
of
kidding.
No. That's
I
so
guess,
funny.
maybe water is more of the time to like reflect it and be like, or
but does this
we could
align
completely
with
destroy
my
everything we know? Yeah.
Right.
Or we completely sabotage everything that feels good and right. Anyway, no, yeah, I love it. It's incredible.
God,
it's no coincidence
so
that shit, those elements filter out the way they do. Yeah, we've got an exciting fucking Taurus season ahead of us.
We do. We really do. And yeah, there's also a lunar eclipse right at the beginning of Taurus season. But before we get too ahead of ourselves, the big thing this week is the Aries solar eclipse with the second Aries new moon. And I think if you can look at your chart and look at the houses and you can figure out where 29 degrees of Aries falls in your chart, there is so much more you can think about, like considering what area of life it's specifically affecting. And look, if you need help doing that, DM us on the Instagram.
At Hollywood Horoscopes.
Feel free to send me an email even, heatherelizabethc@gmail.com.
Y'all, we're not kidding. When I say we're not kidding, I mean, I'm not kidding. Heather,
no, seriously.
literally Heather knows her shit. Let Heather be a resource to you.
This lights me up.
Yes. And like, Heather, that's amazing.
Yeah. But so it's
Incredible.
so much more illuminating when you can also put it in the houses. And I mean the energy right now is so visceral. It's so potent. It's so powerful. So yeah, really, really be intentional right now. Really think about the quality of life that you want. Think about what feels legit with your unique identity. What lights you up in a raw way, and manifest that shit next week.
There, you just gave me chills.
Oh my God. I feel like I'm always doing that.
You are.
No, I'm kidding.
No, that really spoke to me. I almost got emotional, but I'm gonna hone it in. But like, no, this is a really like, well, you from a personal level, and like, not that I'm trying to get too into it on the pod. Not that I'm not trying to be vulnerable,
You
but
can.
it's just,
I mean,
well, it's also just, it's just like too much, but it's also like not anything super serious, but enough of like too much bullshit of just being kind of like, all right. Like, or clearly I'm like, okay, I'm paying attention. Like something wants my attention here. There's a cleanse that was meant to happen. There was a reset necessary to happen, and I'm taking it, and it's incredible and it's good. But no, like it's where I've been, my whole point is just like Pisces really did its thing with me, and I know I'm a Pisces, so that shit took its toll. But like Aries has been such a sort of like it hasn't been quite like we're out of the woods, but it's definitely been like we see the clearing through the trees for sure. And I just feel like we're on the edge a little bit. And I like personally, I'm in a place of a little more like let up in a way that I'm excited, but also a lot of what's just happened in a beautiful spiritual astrological way is fueling a fuck ton of the passion I'm experiencing currently. So again, I don't regret any of those feelings, but I'm just like, I think I'm more just like, I'm emotional because I'm like, I'm so in sync with what feels like going on. And it's really, it's just, it's such a nice feeling, and it's beautiful. Everyone can tap into. And it's really beautiful that you're sharing. Like, wait, say your stuff again, Heather, your email for the folks one more time, in case they wanted more clarification.
Feel free to email me, heatherelizabethc@gmail.com, or DM us on the Insta.
At Hollywood Horoscopes. We're getting better with that because it's Aries going into Taurus. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, Earth is coming.
Earth is coming. We've got a couple of fun little things on the horizon for this podcast that are coming. Yeah, there's just a lot of big launch and moving forward. Listeners, we hope you're coming along. We hope you're tagging along with us. We hope you're feeling this energy yourselves. We're on a rocket ship, baby. Get ready to launch. You know what I'm saying? It's exciting. This is a really exciting time. Heather, anything else? I'm sorry. I got emotional and weird.
No, you didn't. Not at all. Oh my God.
You tap back into Taurus rising. Let me reel it in. No, I think that's just it though. I think it's like my Aries. It's this Pisces ass sun connected with these Aries undertones. And now we're going to my Taurus rising. Come on. Let me be a little selfish here, folks.
Totally. You don't even have to apologize.
No, it's a time for us all. It really is. I'm just excited to be here, listeners.
I am too. And you know what? The universe is supporting us.
She really is.
All we have to do is tap into our, know ourselves, and
it's a trust fall, baby.
Yeah.
The universe is always right behind you. You just got to really trust fall. You got to really trust. Like, you can't bitch out and do the thing where you like put your foot behind you to break that, like because then the universe is going to be like, well, what are we even doing? What's all this practice for?
Yeah.
We're trust falling with the universe, baby. All right. That's the motto. I gotta stop.
Absolutely. No, but you're right. I'm like, preach, girl.
About to trust fall out of this chair. I'll tell you what, Heather. Just kidding. I love this time. I have chills, and I love you, Heather.
I love you.
I love you, listeners.
This was fun.
It was fun.
Taylor
I hope
Swift,
listeners had fun. Taylor, Joe, let's reunite on the pod. Oh my God. As a Pisces, last thing I'll say, I just was like, I knew I could always date her. So I think a big part of me is taking it personally, just because I'm like, okay.
I would too.
I see how it is.
Too.
You need another. twin fire sign, 4 blue eyes type motherfucker. I got it. I got
Go
it.
back to Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jesus. Apparently it's what she wants. Just kidding. Oh, love you, listeners. Sorry, don't cancel us. Love you, Swifties. Love you, Gaylors. Come on the pod, all of you. It's Aries season, bitch. Let's fuck it up. Episode 30.
It up. Last week of Aries. Have some fun.
Aries episode. All right. We love
Hell
you.
yeah. Love you. Happy Aries solar eclipse.
Infinite abundance, bitch.
Infinite
Forever
abundance.
forever and always. Infinite abundance.